Welcome to the Quad Life. It has been a busy few weeks over here, and glad to finally get a chance to sit, which I'm always sitting, but to sit down with the camera at least. So, for the last 3 weeks, I have been visiting with schools. I went to 4 different schools and spoke with, I believe, 7 different classes, and it's probably 110, 120 students total of second and third graders. Been doing this since 2004 and missed a little bit of last school year for health precautions, but very thankful to be able to get back out again. So, what I do for a lot of these students is I show them how, despite having a disability and being able to only control my head, I still am able to do a lot of different things. And most of the videos that have come up on this channel are responses to the kids' questions. So I start out with my history of how I got my spinal cord injury. Then I show them some of my different tools, and that I have this wheelchair that lets me get around just by going with my chin. And depending on a room in the class, I then get up to top speed as much as possible. And most kids are usually quite impressed with it. After that, I go into my diaphragm pacemaker of how I breathe, and then more and more to show that I do the same things but differently. How I write my name with my mouth, and then I have them do the same. That part is fun for the students and for me as well. It's quite entertaining, and seeing how the kids kind of connect to how things are done, maybe a little different than I expect, but heck, it doesn't matter. In the end, it's all the same results. But what I do the most is that I like hearing the kids' questions. And a lot of them are the same from class to class, so I anticipate some of them. So, like, common questions are, how do I eat? Well, I get assistance from my caregivers or parents, or, as I've shown, I can eat a bag of popcorn just on a plate and then lick it up on my own. Others ask how I get in bed or how I sleep, thinking maybe I just sleep in my chair, and tell them about the little crane that's in my room that picks me up and tosses me into bed. But other questions are not quite as easy. Like, I've had a few new ones this year that I don't normally get. And how do I deal with adversity or troubling times? Say, in the last year, a little bit over, the world has experienced a lot of challenges, and it has not escaped 7 and 8-year-olds either. So my answer with that is that, like with everything, I trust with God and that He is in control, and I work to serve Him in whatever situation comes. It isn't always easy, but that is what we are supposed to do. And as you may guess by that response, I, right now at least, only go to Christian schools, as I always say of how I serve God with a disability, and I'm always looking for more schools to go to in my area, but that I'm running out, but we'll see what comes up or not if I do. Other questions are, do I have any kids? And my pet answer is that no, God has not seen it in my life to get married and have children, but I borrow a classroom full of kids at a time. That usually garners a lot of grins and responses, and it's the truth. I do like working with kids, and I had hoped to be a parent and get to teach my own children that God gave me, but unfortunately that has not happened, and it is an extremely rare thing to happen for quadriplegics that were injured early in life. But as I say, at least I get to work with them for a little while. So for the next coming weeks, I'm getting pretty busy. I have a couple more schools coming up, and I have other activities I'm doing, so this YouTube channel will not get as many videos for a while. As you notice with this one, it's a little bit later already, and I will try to get some out, but it may be a little bit further in between. But you can also follow me on my blog at trainmanj.blogspot.com, and that's also down there in the description. But I think that's about it for this time. And said, schools have been fun for the last couple of weeks. Getting to go around and come up with whatever they asked me. And a unique thing that I found from one school to the next is that the first school I went to had 2 classes combined in one room, so it was pretty tight, and I had kids all over on the floor in front of me, and I had to be careful I didn't run over any of them. And the next week it was a small class of 13 kids and just a gymnasium, so I had an overabundance of room there. Just unique differences between the 2 different schools. But that is it for this week of the Quad Life. I know it's kind of a shorter update than I've been doing, but I hope that everyone here has a great day or evening or weekend or whenever it is you're watching this. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, Quad Life Part 3, or Take 3. Take your pick, or let joy pick your nose. There you go.